Hi Emily, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you too.
So Emily, you and I have recently been working together on a course that I was running, sharing some knowledge and experience. The course was on restorative practice. But you are a confidence coach.
That is right. That is how I describe myself. Yeah, confidence coach, because every single person I've ever worked with has always wanted a little bit more confidence to do something. And I felt that resonated more than, say, life coaching or specific kind of career coaching. But I think we'll go into that in a minute.
Okay, great. So you're working with people on their plan B. So people who love working but just don't currently enjoy what they're doing.
That's right. Yeah. So really kind of where I've come from is, so my background has always been non-profit, and I've always I've loved working, but when I had kids I knew I wanted to work part-time, and I ended up working. My last job before I went into coaching was head of creative at the Fair Trade Foundation, and I absolutely loved leading that team and motivating that team. And I realized then at the point where I was made redundant, and it happens, and I was very sad about it, but I realized it was this opportunity to actually do something that I really, really wanted to do. And I genuinely feel I've got the best job in the world. I love going to work now, whereas before I did have a little sense of overwhelm and imposter syndrome. I loved the people aspect of my role, but and now I get to do that all the time. I get to help people kind of be their brilliant best and see how far they've come. And so actually I feel like, because I'd worked for 17 years, I went through a redundancy, and then I retrained, and I really do work part-time. I have 3 kids under the age of 10, so it's really important that I've got that balance too. So balance is a big part of what I help people with as well, because often they feel a bit overworked and overwhelmed, and creating balance, it's not something that just happens. You actually have to work very hard at it, and you have to create that life that you want rather than expecting it to happen to you.
Yeah, great. And it's lovely to hear you love what you do. I feel the same about having, I can identify with a lot of what you've said there, and I'm sure a lot of people will be able to as well, especially in this current situation. So why would people work with someone like you? Why do people choose to work with a confidence coach?
Well, often people come to me and they've spent a bit of time working on themselves. Maybe they've done a few online courses, or they've done something at work, but actually something just doesn't feel right, and they value spending time and money on themselves, because they pay to come and see me, but actually they just need someone else to support them with that. And luckily we are becoming a culture where that kind of support, we're not expected to do everything on our own. And I think the difference with working with someone like myself, who is a professional, is that we're impartial and non-judgmental, and also we hold people accountable, coaches, but we're not like your mum or your teacher. We don't tell you off if you don't do something. We try and help you understand what happened and what got in the way. Family and friends can be, especially when it comes to things like career change, or especially career change, they often offer loads of advice. Like, if you think about it, they'll go, oh, you should try this, or go and do this. My neighbor did this, try that. But actually that's not right for you. And I think the thing about coaching is that we pure coaches certainly do not tell you what to do. I'm not a career counsellor. I'm not like that. I had career counselling, I suppose, when I was at school, and they told you to go and be or do something. That's not what a coach like myself does. But actually, if you can trust me with the process, I have so many tools and exercises, and ask so many questions that you will come to the conclusions on your own, and they will be the right conclusions, and you'll feel confident in your response, because actually you came to it on your own, and we will have explored it really fully. So so often it's people come because they they've maybe tried on their own and it hasn't really worked out. They're still going round and round and round in circles. And then what they do with me is they get this 3 months of focus.
Sounds fab, brilliant. And I've seen your skill at drawing out. I was on the receiving end of a bit of coaching in one of the sessions we did, I remember, and just by asking the right questions, I came up, I was like, oh gosh, why have I never seen it in that way before? So it really is very, very personal and impactful. Within, I think it was 4 minutes we were in the breakout room together for, wasn't it? And I came out with like a really clear vision of something that I'd struggled with to think about what my next steps were. So yeah, brilliant. So what is the best thing you'd say about being a coach?
Oh, it is such a privilege. It's such a privilege to be part of people's lives when they are really creating that positive change. They're in that place where they're like, actually, I know what I want and I'm going to start going after it. And, I've coached people who have changed careers. I've coached people who've set up their own businesses, but also sometimes even the really small stuff that feels small and they often joke, God, is this something that I can be coached on? It is absolutely, and you can be coached on anything, because sometimes those small things are the things that are holding you back in some way. So even, decluttering is another passion of mine, and actually by kind of sorting out a space in your home, maybe it gives you some headspace to think about maybe something that's much bigger. So it's a real privilege to be part of someone's life at that point where they are kind of really making those changes, and they seem so much happier by the end, and that's amazing. That's why I love working, and that's why I love doing what I do.
Yeah, brilliant job satisfaction there, isn't there?
Yes, definitely. And it's just, as I say, I mean, even with COVID, I've definitely seen an upturn in the last few weeks of people coming now. Certainly at the beginning, everyone was very anxious and feeling definitely not in the space, because it is a very positive and future focused conversation that we would have. So therefore you have to really be able to see the future, and actually people are, over the last few weeks, are ready to do that again. It is and we can do it. I do it online, I do it over the phone, I do it face to face. I've been doing quite a lot of walking coaching sessions where you just get out and about and go for a walk and maybe pause on a bench. So it really is, it's just brilliant.
Yeah, and I think that word pause, this, amongst other things, what COVID has given a lot of us is the chance to pause and to really think about, am I doing what I love? To think about the value in what you're doing and what you get from it. So I imagine this will resonate with a lot of people now who are thinking, right, I need a plan B, but I actually don't know how to get there. And that's where you would come in and be able to offer some help. So you don't necessarily need to know, oh, this is what I want to do. You just need to know you want to do something different, would you say?
Absolutely. And I think that's the other thing, is people think that they have to come knowing what it is they want. And actually, more often than not, coming with, I've got this sense that something isn't right and I want to change it, is all you need. You don't need really anything else. That is where a coach can absolutely, within one session, like with you, I mean, just drawing something out. And like you said, it is like that perspective, offering the questions simply force you to think about things from different perspectives. And yeah, there's absolutely no need to have any firm plan. It's just that gut feeling that something isn't right and I want to change it. And like I said at the very beginning, it's that real need and desire to create the change you want to see, and that it's not going to magically appear. It's not, there's quite a lot of hard work involved on my client's part, but actually it's all very positive. It's very empowering, and yeah, it's perfect time.
Brilliant. So how would people get in touch with you?
So I have a website. It is my name, so it is www.emilybal.co.uk, and there's loads of information there about who I am and what I do and where I've come from, because people certainly really like to know, what my background is and all the rest of it. Although that you do not need to, especially with career coaching, which is what I'm finding. Career transformation is what I'm working on quite a lot at the moment, and I don't need to understand a sector that I haven't worked in order to coach you in or around it. So that's a common misconception with coaching. There's definitely, it's all about rapport with a coach. So I would suggest if anyone is looking for a coach, to speak to at least 3 or 4 and talk to them and ask, and you will have that gut feeling. Your gut is intrinsically linked to your brain. So yeah, I've got a website, and then I'm pretty active on Instagram, which is connected to Facebook, but my Instagram handle is at life.work.balanced with a D on the end. So if you come on there, I post pretty regularly, and I think on the back of this, Michelle, I'm going to start doing some YouTube short videos, because I think people like to see, and I like to be able to give away, nothing's a complete secret, but actually to start giving some kind of how-to videos is definitely the next stage. So watch this space. I've said it now, so I'm going to have to do it.
Well, I look forward to watching those. Emily, it's been really lovely chatting to you. Thank you so much for your time today.